Hi, it's Francisca. While you're coming to you live and in living color, I am excited. It is Wealth Building Wednesdays where we build our wealth not only in cash assets, but also in our health, in our mind, and abundance. So, Wealth Building Wednesdays is something that I created so that we can talk about money. We can talk about wealth. We can talk about assets. We can talk about health is the new currency. Hello. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money but don't have a lot of health and they would give it all for health, right? So today we're going to talk about taking control, right? Taking control of how your money works, how your money works for you versus how you work for your money, right? There's something that we joke around here and we say, are you playing the game of life or is life playing you? So, really quickly tonight, I want to go into taking control. So, I got you guys on my phone so I can be able to read off the screen and interact with you guys. Put a one in the chat if it's the first time that you're watching, that you're joining us with Wealth Building Wednesdays. Put a heart if you're back and you're a repeat offender and you've been here before. Thank you for tuning back in. So today I am offering the PDF free. So if you would like the PDF free, so you can be able to study and take this knowledge with you, you can definitely shoot me a DM or in the comments below, say how money works, and I can send it to you in English or in Spanish. I do it in both. So taking control of your money looks like, did you something like this? First, we're going to talk about how you pay yourself first and how changing your thinking and adjusting your priorities. This is the mindset. This is what I'm always talking about and preaching and teaching about is the mindset. Okay, nothing happens unless your mindset shifts, right? So, in order for us to have a shift in any area of our life, any area, in our finances, in our health, in our wealth, it starts up here, right? So, did you know that one of the biggest financial mistakes most people make is dependence? Dependence on others allows Dependence on others allows outside factors in people's lives to control them. The secret to financial security is learning to control the things that you can control. That's biblical. I'm sorry. There's a scripture that's called there's a prayer called the Serenity Prayer, right? And there's scripture that backs us up that tells us that as well, right? And it says you can't control, let it go, and let God. Okay, but the things that you can control. Okay, so paying yourself first is something we can control. I love to pay myself first. I learned that, and I do that first after my tithing. Like my tithing is first, but then afterwards, it's like I'm paying myself first because I worked. I did the hard work. I did the hard work. So why would not you pay yourself first? I don't know. But now you know, so now you can do it. Paying yourself first means putting yourself and your family before any other demands on your money. Paying yourself first is a form of self-respect. I like that. I like that. Put self-respect in the chat if you are with me and you like that. Or if you're in the replay, hashtag replay. God is timeless and his word, the education is timeless. So whatever time you're hopping on, check that out. So deposit a set amount each and every month into an investment program. No matter, not the bank, an investment program. The bank is not an investment program. Okay. No matter what other financial obligations you have, it's amazing how fast your money can grow if you invest even a small amount regularly, keyword, regularly at a good rate of return. Okay. Listen, investment is not putting your money in the bank. Being an investment program, helping your money grow, compound interest, that is where you want to do. Second, adjust your priorities. It's been said that if you make $10 and spend $9 equals happiness. If you make $10 and spend $11, it equals misery. As you begin your journey to financial independence, remember this key point. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Okay? You know that. Every time you get your check, they tell you that they're gonna give you a salary of 50,000 a year, but the check says different, right? They tap, they tap it, right? So change your thinking. There we go with the mindset. It's all about the mindset. If we don't change our thinking, if we don't change our thinking and the fact that we we are worthy to pay ourselves first, that we are worthy to adjust our priorities so that we can change our thinking, so that we can adjust our lifestyles, right? So adjusting your lifestyle, along with setting priorities, comes one tough rule of life. You can't have everything. You have to make conscious decisions about every purchase. Let me tell you, this changed my life. Making a conscious decision. So many times I would be an impulse buyer, or I would think that I needed something, and because we have Amazon and now we have Temu or Tumu, whatever it is, that I didn't want to wait to go to a store. But if I would remember that I needed something like an office supply or just something that would make my life easier or gadgety, whatever the case may be, I would just do, right? So learning how to budget myself and I gave myself an allowance that I have 30% of my income to do with whatever I want as far as certain personal care. I even gave myself a personal care budget, meaning I know that all my personal care, taking care of me, hair, nails, makeup, all that stuff, right? Clothes, everything, it's cost me X amount of dollars. So I put X amount of dollars every month in a certain program, in a certain account, and that's for my personal care. Whether I use it all on personal care that month or not, it's there. It's my budget. Why? Because if I don't get my hair done this month, but next month I do, I still have that money from last month, and that is something that maybe I may want to treat myself, that's out of my self-care upkeep budget, right? We have an upkeep of personal care, but there's also special things that we might want to do as far as personal care can look like going on a retreat, okay? It can look like that kind of investment. So putting that money aside and knowing that that's, you're worth it, right? So an important concept is to understand wants versus needs, right? I wanted a new dress. It would look really nice on me, but I didn't need it. So it may have been only $38 or $68, but I didn't spend it. It gave me self-discipline, which is one of the fruits of the spirit. Come on now. Self-discipline, right? Not everything you want. You gotta go. No, a lot of times I would go to a store and I would be like, okay, now the shopping cart is full of things that you don't need. And I would very seriously just act like I was gonna go pay for that stuff and put it right there and keep it moving. Why? Because I went through the experience. I touched. I felt I don't need a new purse. I don't. And to know what you want versus you need, it actually feels better now when I saw my bank account and I said, "Wow, I'm saving so much money since I've been mindful, even writing and budgeting." Like big brother's watching, right? I have an accountability partner. So I'm write down everything that I'm going to spend. And if it's not within those budgets or those means, it doesn't get. So I think twice about doing it because now I have an accountability partner. I have someone who is holding me accountable. I have goals that I want to reach. And I learned that by having a financial needs analysis, which is definitely, if you want to have one of those, it's free of charge. You can definitely sign up. Say, put in the comment FNA, financial needs analysis, FNA, and if that's something you want to do, we can definitely hook you up with that. And in the financial needs analysis, actually showed me how I can get out of debt in X amount of years by X amount of dollars, and how I can save from retirement certain amount that I wanted to retire with. So it calculated everything for me, and I know that every month, this is the budget, this is the program, the financial program I'm on, that every month this is the budget that I have, and it goes into all these accounts that actually help me create my wealth, help me build my wealth. It helps me, and I build my wealth in different buckets. I build my wealth in short-term buckets. I build my wealth in long-term buckets. I build my wealth in different goals and aspirations, investment projects, different buckets that I am aware of where my money is going to. Okay. And that's something that we all deserve to have and we all need. And so a need is something you have to have, something you can't do without. You need food, you need shelter, you need water, you need air. I want is something you would like to have. You want ice cream, you want a bigger house, right? A lot of people, I run into this with people who own a home or don't own a home and want to go and buy a dream home. And I let them know that's not the first home you buy. You buy a fixer upper, you buy an investment home. You allow that home to generate income so that you can buy another home to generate income. So then those two homes can take care of your home so that now your home is not a liability, it's actually an asset. So those things, right? Earn additional income. So this is another thing that we can do is earn additional income. If your family income is very modest, things may be so tight that it's tough to invest more than $50 a month. If you want to make significant progress, consider taking a part-time job to get the extra income needed to start your investment program. So for those of us who say, you know what, coach, I don't have $50 extra a month to invest. Okay. Because your budget, our budget is just for this. Okay, I got it. So where can we create $50 extra on the side in some kind of part-time and some kind of side hustle that we can take that money and just invest? I know a young lady that I was coaching that I love what she did. She had her 9 to 5, she was a school teacher. And one thing I loved about what she was doing was she had a side hustle in health and wellness, and her side hustle, I love that she created an account in the program in her bucket. And I said, you brought all that in your side hustle? She said, yeah, that's my side hustle money. So I didn't want to just spend it, because at first she said she was spending it on her personal care. And she said, you know, she was on a autopilot kind of budget with her self-care, and that's what she would use the money for. But then she said that she started having more money than she budgeted for her self-care. So her self-care budget was, I think, was like $500, right? And she said, well, I was making more than that, so she decided to put that money towards the investment. So those are things that we can do. We can always look for those $20, $50 that we can create wealth. If it's not in your budget, in your 9 to 5, in your work, your 40-hour work week, create it. The next one is realign your assets. This is another way to take control and free up income for savings. There are two major areas in which families are not getting their money's worth that are great areas to target for adjustment. Number one, low interest savings accounts or accumulations with banks. You can take money from 1% savings plan, that's what the bank gives, and invest it in an area that has potential for higher returns. So an investment program, not the bank. Remember, this key point, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. Okay? Next, change your thinking, right? We talked about that. Changing the way we think. The mindset is everything. The way you think about money is everything. Your mindset is a powerful thing, especially when it comes to money. That explains why so many of the people who win in lottery end up losing. That's the truth. End up losing it all. Basketball players, rap stars, right? Because when they get it fast, the poor mentality does not allow them to keep it. There's a belief system, a lack mindset that actually holds people back. And even if they get all the money in the world, they would blow it until seeing themselves back to lack. That kind of rhymes, but there. So, what is the difference between the two groups? It's how they think. If you think you don't deserve to be financially secure, you'll never be financially secure. It goes back to, if you think you can't, then you won't, right? If you think you can't, then you won't. So if you think that you don't deserve, then you don't. And therefore, if you don't deserve it, you won't get it. So, however, if you upgrade your self-image and believe you deserve the freedom and peace of mind that financial security provides, you'll have a better chance of doing what needs to be done to obtain wealth beyond your dreams. Listen to that. Listen to that right there. It's very important. Okay, you can upgrade your self-image. What is that? That's your personality, because your personality comes from your personal reality. So if you change your self-image, your personal reality, your personality, if you just change this, you can secure a financial future. That's what you do. Change this, secure the financial future. Second, high cost life insurance. You can replace your outdated, expensive cash value insurance policies with term insurance and potentially save thousands of dollars in premium over time. Both of these areas are covered in more detail later in the booklet. So you want more details and you want the booklet, I'm giving it to you for free. All you gotta do is message me and I'll email it to you. Or and if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay so that it can come up on the feeds. Hashtag replay and say how money works. And if you message me on Messenger, whichever one that you're watching me on, this is on all platforms, but direct message me that you want the how money works PDF and I'll email it to you. Okay, so next is avoid the credit trap. So this is almost the last one. Wait, because it's going like this and like this. Adjust your lifestyle, change your thinking. Okay, yeah. Avoid the credit trap. Yeah, this is big. I can even talk. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna reach out to a friend of mine that specializes in credit repair, and after him and her and I, because it's a couple, we're gonna come back together, and I'm gonna bring them up on a Wednesday for Wealth Building Wednesday so they can talk to us more about credit. Because I know a lot because I've worked with them and they help me and I've learned from them. But they're my masters. They're the masters. They're my teachers. So this is another thing, avoiding the credit trap. Credit cards are good for convenience, but that's it. Be careful to avoid the pitfalls of plastic money. Pay your balance in full each month, and you will not only avoid interest charges, but you prevent your balance from escalating out of control. To keep your monthly charges under control, pay with cash. You'll probably find you spend less when you have to hand your money over. See how many options you have. You do have a choice about your financial future. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about that. You have a choice in your financial future. Credit cards, there's a science about credit. It's not a hard, a complicated science, but there's an equation, okay? So the best thing I could tell you is keep your credit cards under 20%. So if you got $250 credit card, do the math. You don't got that. You got like $20, $30, $40, whatever it is, you know? And that's a tactic to use. I'm showing my son, he's 18, to build his credit. By the time he's 19, 20, he's going to have an 800 credit score, if not more, because if not before. Because building credit is that way. That's why American Express is the hardest card to get, but it's the best card to have. Because with American Express, you buy and you have to pay the next month the whole thing. That builds your credit. So definitely avoiding to be a borrower. The Bible talks about that too. It says that we are the head and not the tail. That we are that we will not be borrowers. That we are loaners and not borrowers. I mean, hello. Okay. Set goals and have a plan. That's it. Set goals and have a plan. You can't reach your destination if you don't know what it is. Period. My goal is to buy a house. Okay, that's not a goal, sweetheart. That's a dream. My goal is to buy a house in the next 99 months. Okay. In order to buy a house in the next 9 months, what do I need? A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. That's a goal. That's a plan. Okay. So set goals and have a plan. One incentive is an incentive to make the necessary sacrifices. That's what it is right there. What would it envision the goal? Envision the house, smell the new carpet, go to the neighborhood, envisioning, go to that vibration, visit that place, become in alignment for it, embody it. Because once you do that, the goals is a map to what you got to do to get to where you want to grow to. And you follow the instructions. That's it. Setting the goals and having a plan is not that difficult. It's following up and doing the self-discipline to coming through. So why is it so difficult? Because you're not meant to do it alone. Again, the Bible says man was not good to be meant to be alone, and that He sent us out in twos. So that one is dismayed, the other one can encourage. You need a coach. You don't need it, but you deserve it. So you cannot control the future of Social Security. You cannot control your employer. You cannot control taxes. Yo, do you know that I got a $3,000 bonus and they took $999 from my check for taxes? Anyway, inflation, y'all know it, y'all see it. These eggs is $8. You can't control that. Rising costs, you can't control. The rent is crazy. What are you doing renting? I'm sorry if you are. Like, I pity the fool who's renting. I'm so sorry. Okay? It's ridiculous. It's inhumane. The risk of single investment. You just want to have one investment. You can't control that. Can't control that. Those are 5 things you can't. But because you know that over here, I'm your hope coach. I'm going to tell you what you can control. I'm going to give you some hope. You can control saving for retirement. Mi gente, my peoples, 401k and 403b are not investments. They are tax laws. Your money is not being invested. It's not making nothing. The same money you put in today is going to be there tomorrow and it's not going to grow nowhere. It's not going to go anywhere, but it's also not going to grow anywhere. That is a tax law. It is not an investment. You are being fooled. You want more information about that and want coaching about that? I'm telling you, we need to get connected because this is blowing my mind. My coach is he has taught me so much in a 20-minute conversation over the phone for the past couple of weeks, maybe once a week. And it's just like amazing. Every conversation is like more and more knowledge that I'm like, these are things that everybody needs to know. So that's why your girl got you. I got you. And that's all I got for you today. I wanted you to know that you can control other sources of income. I told you can go and make that 21st century lemonade stand. I mean, kids are making money online all kinds of ways right now. You can talk to your kids about what is it. If you have a kid, let me tell you, parents, I'm going to tell you right now, I have a nephew who I'm about to invest in because time, money is not the only investment. Time is investment. We have children who want to do YouTube channels and who want to create entrepreneurship for themselves. And we have some parents that are not paying attention or don't want to invest the time in learning how to set something up for their child. Let me tell you, I'm going to be his favorite teacher because when I go over there and I spend the day with him setting up his YouTube channel, then what? Right? So look for other resources. You like doing hair, you like doing nails, you like doing cakes, you like baking, you like creating there's so many things that young women are doing nowadays. Makeup, lashes. Look at so many skill trades that you can pick up a trade, right? Make it happen, Captain. Ways to reduce your taxes. Life insurance. Shelf companies. Let me tell you about shelf companies. Let me tell you. Yeah, that. Maximizing your savings. Stop putting your money in the bank for savings. You shouldn't have more than $1,000 in your little savings account, in your little Wells Fargo, Truist bank account, local bank account in your community. You shouldn't have more than that because they're not paying you. So why put your money there when you're not making no money? Okay, so saving more is taking your money out of that savings and investing it in savings is actually giving you 6%, 4% interest. Okay, diversity of your investment choices. That's big. Diversity. Like when I had my investment choices when I first started, it was all in technology, all tech. But I was like, wait a minute, but I'm looking at these Wawas, I'm looking at the Starbucks, I'm like, yo, I want my investment in food because I'm a little foodie too, you know? And then also I was looking at the armor, Under Armour. I'm like, wait a minute, I like the fit with what's her name? The big girl that she's like me, Lizzo. She came out with Fabletics, and I was like, you know what? Those are some things I would like to invest in. So have diversity in your investments. All right, those are things that you can control, my friend. You got that? I'm excited for you. Again, if you want to learn more and you actually want to be able to get your hands on this document and have it for you, that's great. I have no problem doing that. Hit me up in the chat. Tell me you want to know how money works. I'll email it to you. And also, even better than that, you need a coach. You deserve it. So we have a financial needs analysis. I also, if you watch this live, I want you to hashtag replay or hashtag that you watched it, and then you got the how money works PDF, but that you want to take the next step, and then you want your FNA, financial needs analysis. F like in Frank, N like in Nancy, A like in Adam. Financial needs analysis. It's gonna get you on track to get you out of debt and to build your wealth. God bless you. I love you guys. Until next Wednesday, that we will be on Wealth Builders Breakthrough. Let's build wealth together. Kingdom wealth. Shalom.